Every year, Americans eat more than 20 billion hot dogs. That's enough to circle the earth 1.25 times. Hot dogs have survived wars, the Great Depression, ingredient scandals, and more conspiracy theories than Area 51. But here's the twist. Fast food hot dogs live in a universe of their own. Some chains treat them like culinary treasures, while others treat them like a side quest, rolling on a heat lamp until destiny intervenes. Today, we're ranking every major fast food hot dog from worst to best. From the questionable, the forgettable, the please don't ever make me taste that again, all the way up to the few, the proud, the snapped masterpieces. Some of these may surprise you, and some you may have seen coming. So grab your ketchup and brace yourself.
Let's go.
This list might challenge everything you think you know about fast food hot dogs. But before we roll these dogs out, make sure you're subscribed to Noshed Food Channel so you never miss another fast food showdown. Alright, let's fire up that grill. Dairy Queen has been slinging hot dogs since the 1950s, back when the Brazier branding positioned DQ as a burger and dog joint with ice cream as the grand finale. But today, their hot dog feels more like a relic the chain forgot to update. And in the fast food world, that's basically a death sentence. DQ uses a basic all-beef frank, but instead of grilling or searing it like a proper hot dog deserves, most locations boil or steam reheat them in a metal warming tray. No seasoning, no char, no caramelization. Just a pale, uniform cylinder of meat that's seen better days. The chili dog version adds can-style chili topping and a sad sprinkle of shredded cheddar that varies by location. But that's it. No onions, no mustard by default, no flair whatsoever. The bun is a standard split-top white bun that's steamed or briefly microwaved, prone to getting wet, gummy, and sticky. Structurally weak doesn't even begin to cover it, as it's almost guaranteed to collapse or rip open under the chili. When it comes to online rankings, DQ gets demolished, repeatedly ranked dead last in fast food hot dog taste tests. One reviewer called the chili dog the worst menu item from any fast food restaurant. Former employees openly warn people not to order it. Flavorless meat tube is a recurring theme. Out of all national chains serving hot dogs, Dairy Queen delivers the least flavor, the worst texture, and the lowest consistency. It's a menu item trapped in the past, and unfortunately, it tastes like it. Checkers and Rally's built their brand on being loud, fast, greasy, and unapologetically over the top, the place you go to for fried everything at 2 a.m. But their hot dog? Not so much. Despite a bold 2016 marketing campaign declaring their dog superior to Burger King's, this menu item is one of the chain's least memorable options. Checkers introduced hot dogs as part of their early 2000s value menu expansion, aiming to compete with BK's long-running dog lineup. They use a basic grilled all-beef dog, typically topped with yellow mustard and ketchup, automatically applied whether you want them or not. Optional add-ons include chili and cheese, but most reviewers stick with the default build. The bun is your standard white flour bun that's often untoasted, gets squished easily inside the drive-thru bag, and warms from steam rather than grilling. It does the job, nothing more. The flavor profile is lightly salty, vaguely smoky, and missing any strong seasoning or distinctive taste. You get the sense the hot dog exists solely to fill out the value menu, not to impress anyone. Online reviews paint a pretty bleak picture, stating it's not offensive, it's just there. One critic compared it to concession stand food at a middle school. Another kept it real, saying, "It's $1, you get what you get." Sonic is the drive-in king. The place with 20 milkshake flavors, tater tots in every form, and enough slush options to fuel an entire middle school. Their hot dogs should be legendary with offerings from chili cheese dogs, New York dogs, Chicago dogs, and more. But there's one crucial problem. The hot dog itself just isn't good. Sonic added premium beef hot dogs in 2010 as part of their Everyday Deals menu push, hoping to capitalize on regional-style dogs served at car hops. The chain leaned heavily into the nostalgia angle of the classic American drive-in dog. But nostalgia only works when the base product holds up. Sonic's standard dog is an all-beef frank on a bakery-style split-top bun, topped with various region-specific options depending on your order. The toppings list is actually impressive, including mustard, ketchup, diced onions, relish, sauerkraut, chili and cheese, jalapenos, pickle spears, celery salt, tomatoes for the Chicago dog. The toppings are often praised for being fresh, abundant, and true to style. But when the star of the show is weak, even a good bun and great toppings can't save the performance. The texture is the biggest complaint across reviews, with patrons complaining of a rubbery bite, tough exterior like it's been cooked too long, sometimes overly chewy and described as tasting like fake meat. Sonic delivers the right presentation and the right toppings. But the most important part of a hot dog is the dog, and this one just doesn't deliver. The 7-Eleven Big Bite is the original grab-it, regret-it convenience store hot dog. Launched in the 1980s as part of 7-Eleven's push into hot prepared foods, it became a cultural icon thanks to late-night customers, road trippers, and anyone who has ever made a questionable decision after midnight. 7-Eleven partnered with Nathan's Famous early on to co-brand their roller grill Franks, later expanding into jalapeno, quarter-pound, and cheddar versions. The Big Bite became synonymous with convenience store food and remains one of the most purchased roller grill items in America. A standard Big Bite quarter pound is a 100% beef frank with natural smoke flavor, seasoned with paprika, garlic, onion, and spices. Toppings vary widely by location, but typically include ketchup, mustard, relish, diced onion, jalapenos, and chili and cheese pumps. You know, those nuclear yellow ones. When the stars align, the bun is warm, pillowy, and soft. But if not, it's stale, dry, and splitting at the seams. Like everything about the Big Bite, it's all about timing. When it's fresh off the roller, meaning rotated frequently and not left there to slowly wither into oblivion, the Big Bite can genuinely surprise you. Reviewers describe them as spicy, salty, and juicy, obscenely large and actually delicious, and shockingly satisfying for $2. But when they've been spinning too long, it devolves into something rubbery, flat, and so devoid of flavor it barely qualifies as food. The Big Bite isn't the worst, but it is the most unpredictable. A roller grill Russian roulette where you might get juicy convenience store glory, or a dried-out gas station relic. A&W has been slinging root beer and hot dogs longer than almost any major fast food chain still alive today. Founded in 1919 as a roadside root beer stand in Lodi, California, the brand helped shape early American fast food. By the 1950s, A&W drive-ins were everywhere, and hot dogs were one of their anchor menu items. A century of history? Yes. A century-worthy hot dog? Not quite. A&W's hot dogs have always leaned into the nostalgia factor. Classic all-beef franks, simple toppings, and the iconic Coney dog, a Michigan staple featuring chili sauce, mustard, and onions. The brand remains known for its old-school diner vibe and retro menu approach, but longevity doesn't always translate into excellence. They use a standard all-beef frank made from beef, water, salt, spices, and natural flavors. Nothing premium, nothing particularly flavorful, just the basics. The bun is where nostalgia really meets reality. When done right, it's soft and lightly steamed. When rushed or mishandled, which seems to be often, it's dry, falls apart, and has zero structural integrity, especially when chili is involved. A&W sits in that tricky zone of not quite bad enough to be memorably terrible, but not good enough to recommend. When fresh, the beef flavor is there. The chili adds some spice if you order the Coney dog. The mustard cuts through. But reviewers consistently describe A&W hot dogs as fine, forgettable, and better than gas station, but worse than ballpark. One brutally honest review simply stated, "It is a $7 hot dog, in a bun, with some condiments added, nothing to see, or taste here." If any chain should have hot dogs mastered, it's Wienerschnitzel, the self-proclaimed world's largest hot dog chain, founded in 1961 in Wilmington, California. What started as a single A-frame drive-thru has grown into a 300-plus location empire that sells an estimated 120 million hot dogs every year. This is their entire identity, their whole brand, their reason for existing. And that's exactly why customers expect more, and why the disappointment hits harder. The chain was founded by John Gallardi under the mentorship of Glenn Bell. Yes, the founder of Taco Bell. Over time, Wienerschnitzel became the West Coast's dedicated hot dog giant, expanding its menu to include chili, burgers, fries, and their signature world-famous chili dogs. But being a hot dog specialist is both a blessing and a curse, because if your dogs aren't great, everyone notices. Their standard hot dog is a pork and beef blend that's cured and smoked, but it's lower-grade meat compared to premium franks with mild seasoning and very little bite. They do offer an all-beef premium dog, but you have to pay extra, which is already a warning sign about the quality of the default option. The texture of the basic frank is soft and rubbery, and has also been described as somewhat spongy. Multiple customers report it tastes like low-quality ingredients, with some describing them as tasting like they came from the bottom tier of grocery store hot dogs. The bun situation is equally problematic. A standard steamed bun that's prone to getting soggy as hell, according to multiple reviews. Even without toppings, the bun often arrives limp and waterlogged. When you add chili, forget it. The whole thing becomes a collapsing mess that feels more like cafeteria food than a specialty item from a dedicated hot dog chain. Few names carry more weight than Nathan's Famous, a brand that practically wrote the rulebook on the American hot dog. The story begins in 1916 on Coney Island, when Polish immigrant Nathan Handwerker sold hot dogs for a nickel, undercutting his former employer and sparking a seaside sausage empire. His Franks quickly became famous thanks to a closely guarded secret spice blend, rumored to include garlic, paprika, and pepper, though no one outside the company truly knows. More than a century later, Nathan's hot dogs are still made with 100% beef, natural spices, and no byproducts or fillers. The bun is a simple, lightly toasted split-top roll, nothing fancy but sturdy enough to hold mustard, sauerkraut, or cheese sauce. Here's why it doesn't rank higher. The dogs are juicy, but the bite isn't as satisfying as it is straight from the grocery store pack or at Coney Island. And yes, they're smaller than expected. Joey Chestnut didn't down 70.5 because they're huge. Turns out, size does matter. Customer sentiment falls into the good but not mind-blowing range. Good flavor, but not exciting. Historic, but not the most impressive. Even fans admit it's more iconic than innovative. Nathan's offers real craftsmanship, real history, and real flavor, but with a slightly underwhelming size and bite. Few fast food items have achieved mythical status, but Costco's quarter-pound hot dog is one of them. Since 1985, the price, hot dog plus soda, has remained a glorious $1.50, surviving inflation, recessions, supply chain chaos, and several CEO changes. The dog itself comes from Costco's own Kirkland signature hot dog plant, launched in 2009 when they ditched Hebrew National so they could maintain quality and keep the price frozen in time. It's made with 100% USDA choice beef, with no fillers, no byproducts, no binders, and no artificial ingredients, plus natural spices and hickory smoke. This is not budget meat. This is premium beef at value pricing. The build is simple: a quarter-pound all-beef Kirkland signature, frank on a steamed bun that's soft and exactly right. Optional toppings include onions, relish, mustard, and ketchup. It also comes with a 20-ounce soda, served from stainless steel food court stations that have changed very little in 40 years. The dog is steamed, not grilled, but in the best way. Snappy casing, surprisingly juicy inside, bun is soft, but not mushy. And it's consistent every single time. It doesn't try to be fancy, it just nails execution. People love this thing with a level of devotion normally reserved for hometown sports teams. The Costco dog delivers premium beef quality, phenomenal taste, elite texture, and historic value for $1.50 with a soda. No one else comes close. It's the hot dog that proves greatness doesn't need a marketing campaign, just a warehouse membership and a willingness to wait in line. Freddy's is a relative newcomer compared to the century-old chains on this list. Founded in 2002 in Wichita, Kansas, the brand exploded across the Midwest thanks to its signature steak burgers, custard, and a menu built on old-school Americana. Their hot dog? It's not their main attraction, but it is one of the more interesting entries in fast food hot dog culture. Freddy's made a deliberate choice to ditch generic Franks and go with the Cadillac of hot dog suppliers, Vienna Beef, the same Chicago powerhouse behind many of the country's best hot dogs. That immediately bumps them into the top tier, but the real twist is how they wrap their dogs. Instead of a hot dog bun, Freddy's uses thick buttery slices of grilled Texas toast, creating a golden buttery crust with a soft interior, better structural integrity than standard buns, and a flavor profile that tastes more like a diner grilled cheese meets a Chicago dog. Reviewers consistently call the toasted bread the secret weapon, shockingly good, and the thing that makes Freddy's dog worth ordering. The Vienna Beef dog brings smoky, savory beef flavor with solid seasoning that's not overly salty, and classic Chicago-style richness. The Texas toast adds buttery depth, toasted crunch, and a richer flavor than any traditional bun. Together, it feels like a diner upgrade to a fast food staple. The Frank offers a firm bite and juicy interior, typical of Vienna Beef. The toast offers crisp edges, a soft middle, and a sturdy hold. The result? More of a gourmet diner hot dog than a drive-thru experience. Now, we're officially in premium dog territory, and no fast food chain treats a hot dog with more respect, or more butter, than Five Guys. Five Guys keeps it simple but premium with an all-beef Hebrew National-style Frank. Split butterfly down the middle, grilled on a flat top with butter, and served on a toasted bun. They offer unlimited toppings, including grilled onions, mushrooms, jalapenos, tomatoes, relish, and more, plus optional bacon and cheese, which most people absolutely add. This is where Five Guys jumps ahead of the pack. Deep, rich beef flavor with slight smokiness from the grill, enhanced by caramelization on the cut side, and fully customizable toppings. Multiple reviewers call it the best fast food hot dog in America. Exceptionally meaty and flavorful, and tastes like real beef, not filler. It tastes less like fast food and more like a specialty hot dog stand where someone's grilling with pride. Five Guys delivers top-tier flavor, premium ingredients, and amazing texture at what could be considered luxury prices for a hot dog, ringing in at $6 to $8 depending on your topping choices. But patrons have voted, and that premium price is definitely worth the splurge every now and then. Portillo's isn't just a fast food hot dog. It's the standard by which all fast food hot dogs should be judged. It started humbly in 1963 when founder Dick Portillo opened the Dog House, a 12-foot trailer in Villa Park, Illinois. From that tiny trailer, he built what would become a Midwestern institution. By the 1980s, Portillo's was packing drive-thrus for blocks, and by the 2000s, the brand had become synonymous with Chicago-style hot dog perfection. They now have locations in Illinois, Texas, Arizona, Indiana, Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, California, and Iowa. So yeah, you can get the real deal without flying all the way to Chicago. Portillo's uses 100% Vienna Beef natural casing hot dogs, the same iconic Frank sold in legendary Chicago stands for over a century. These dogs are seasoned with garlic, paprika, mustard seed, and a secret blend of spices, giving them a bold, unmistakable beef flavor that stands on its own. The natural casing gives you that signature bite, a sound reviewers describe as deeply satisfying, instantly nostalgic, and proof you're eating a real hot dog. Holding each dog is a steamed poppy seed bun, soft but not soggy, with enough structure to cradle all the toppings without collapsing. The poppy seeds add a subtle texture that Chicago dog purists insist is non-negotiable. A true Chicago dog is dressed like a parade float with yellow mustard, neon green relish, fresh diced onions, 2 tomato wedges, a kosher dill pickle spear, sport peppers, and a shake of celery salt. It's engineered so every bite hits salty, acidic, sweet, crunchy, spicy, and juicy all at once. Portillo's isn't trying to reinvent the hot dog. It's preserving the best version of the original. It's not good for fast food. It's not good for the price. It's simply an incredible fast food hot dog. No gimmicks, no fuss. Just 60 years of perfecting a classic. If every other fast food hot dog is playing checkers, Shake Shack is playing chess. And it's been doing so since the beginning. Before burgers, before crinkle-cut fries, before milkshakes, Shake Shack began as a New York City hot dog cart in 2001, serving premium Franks to park-goers in Madison Square Park. More than 20 years later, their hot dog remains the chain's most underrated masterpiece. Shake Shack doesn't cut corners, it highlights them, caramelized and golden. They use 100% Vienna beef hot dogs, with natural casing for that legendary satisfying bite, butterflied down the middle and griddled on a flat top until the edge is crisp and the interior stays juicy. It's served on a Martin's potato roll, lightly buttered and toasted, the elite bun of the fast food world. Toppings are simple but intentional: mustard, onions, relish, kraut, and optional cheese sauce. No gimmicks, just premium building blocks. This is what puts Shake Shack at number 1. Deep beefy richness from Vienna's iconic spice blend, gentle garlic, a subtle sweetness from the potato roll, delicious caramelization from the split griddle technique, remarkably juicy interior, and balanced saltiness without overpowering the palate. Reviewers consistently rave that it's the best fast food hot dog in America. Robust, beefy, juicy. Where most fast food hot dogs turn mushy or rubbery, Shake Shack delivers that satisfying bite from the natural casing, a crisp browned exterior, a tender juicy center, and a pillow-soft potato bun that gives without getting soggy. Everything works together in perfect harmony. Shake Shack takes the top spot because it delivers premium ingredients, flawless technique, perfect texture, expert bun pairing, consistency, history, and a hot dog that genuinely tastes chef-driven. It's the rare fast food hot dog that could hold its own against a baseball stadium, a New York street cart, or even a backyard grill master. This isn't just the best hot dog in fast food. It's the blueprint every other fast food chain wishes it could be. And there it is. Every major fast food hot dog, from the bottom-tier bun disasters to the legends worthy of mustard-stained glory. Some chains phoned it in. A few truly surprised us. And one proved that even in a world of shortcuts, excellence still finds a way to shine. Tell us in the comments which dog you swear by, and which one scarred you for life. And if you want more rankings, deep dives, and brutally honest food verdicts, make sure you're subscribed to Noshed Food Channel so you never miss another riveting foodie review. See you in the next investigation.